so money morning routine today. I was just updating my spending. Nothing going on as far as I had no cash left to spend, so no cash spending. I do have one pending transaction. I had to park somewhere where I had to pay to park, $3. It's pending. So when I'm tracking my spending, I don't track if it's a pending transaction. I wait till it clears my checking account. So I'm hoping, because tomorrow I'm closing out my budget. So I'm hoping that by tomorrow that transaction clears so I can at least get that on my expense tracker for when I close out my budget. So here is another thing. So that's all I had to do as far as my spending goes. Now on Saturday, I'm going to be posting a full video going over the new Budget by Paycheck workbook that we're starting pre-order September 16th. Yes, this is the new one. I'm starting September in the new, so I'm using the small size. Now, usually I'm a full size workbook girly, but you know me, I wanted to try our new product. This is brand new to the Budget by Paycheck workbook, this small size option. So that's what I'm using. What I'm going to be working on today is my cash envelope breakdown for September. So my budget's already done. I have that done. Now it's time to decide what bill denominations I want to pull out from the bank to fill the things in my life that I'm either spending in cash or saving in cash. So this is the cash envelope breakdown. It's in the Budget by Paycheck workbook. It comes after every single paycheck budget tracker. That way, if you do use cash in your life, this is going to help you break down what you need to pull from the bank to either stuff your envelopes for spending or savings. So the first thing I do is I just come over and I write in my bill denomination. We left this blank because we understand that not everyone's US currency. So 1, 5, 10, 20s, 50s, and 100s. Another question I keep getting before I go on, Miko, what pens do you use to fill out your workbooks and planners of things in your life? I have the Budget by Paycheck pens. I made my own because I wanted something that wrote really smooth but did not bleed or did not smear after. And that was my big thing. Like anytime I wrote my planners or my workbooks, I would flip to the other page. I have this thing about like it bleeding into the back page because it's double-sided. We have the Budget by Paycheck pens, gray, purple, and pink color, but they write black. So this is what I'm using. No smearing. They're awesome and they write so smooth. We have so many reviews like saying these are like our favorite pens. So that's what I'm using. Got a ton of questions about that going over these videos. So after writing my bill denominations across the top, I'm actually going to write everything that I'm spending or saving in cash. So number 1, food. Got to write that down. So fun is we're going to do in cash. Health. And okay, so those are my variable spending categories for my budget. So food, I need to pull out $900. Fun, I'm pulling out $100. Health and beauty is $50. Miscellaneous is $50. So they're all rest of 50s. Okay. So then the next thing is I need to pull out cash that I'm saving. So we have the 100 envelope challenge. We only have 2 sinking funds that we're saving for Christmas and Valentine's. The rest we hit this year in 2024 already. So $70 for the 100 envelope challenge, $182 for Christmas, and $8 for Valentine's Day. Here's how I break down and figure out what bill denominations I want to pull out for everything. I always start from the largest bill and work my way down. And what I found out is over the last, 10 plus years of doing this in my life and using cash in my life, it's a lot harder for me to spend a bigger bill than it is a small bill. And anytime, remember, and I always say, just because you have the cash doesn't mean you have to spend it. Just because you budgeted it doesn't mean you have to spend it. So I'm always trying to save what I can, obviously, in my life when I can. And one of the ways that helps me, one of the things that helps me do that is I pull out bigger denominations for the things I spend in cash because at the end of the day, the trend that I notice is I have more cash in my envelope when it comes to closing out my budget, when that time comes, than I do if I pull out smaller bills. I don't know if it's just me not wanting to break that 100, But what happens usually is when I pull out bigger to smaller bill denominations, I have more left over in my cash envelope at the end of my tracking period than I did if I pulled out small bills. So $900, I'm just going to say 9 $100 bills. Fun, one $100 bill, 50, 150, 150. Okay, so do you see what I'm saying? I have one $50 bill, one $50 bill. Now, for my 100 envelope challenge, I like to pull out many different bill denominations. And the reason I like to do that is because I'm stuffing different numbered envelopes. And so I like to pull out many different things. So I might do like 10 ones. I might do maybe 4 fives. So 4 fives, 20. So there's 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So I just go across and get them to add up to 70. And I'm pulling out many different things so I can stuff different numbered envelopes. Christmas, 182. So one $100 bill, one $50 bill, one $20 bill. So that's 100, 50, 60, 70, 80, and then 2. And then for the $8, just 1 5 and 3 ones. Okay, so if we add up my cash envelope and savings total, it's $1,460. So let's go ahead and total up our bill denominations. So for our $1 bills, we have 15 of them. All right, we have 5 fives, 3 tens, 2 20s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 50s, and 9, 10, 11 $100 bills. So this is $15. This is $25. So all of this equals the $1,460. So that's how I fill out my cash envelope breakdown. This is why I do it. These are our cash teller slip sticky note pads, and they're so handy. You can see they come with so many of them. But this is what I bring down to the bank. And I know you might be saying, well, Miko, you're just double writing it. Why don't you bring, I don't want to bring my whole workbook down to the bank. So I just bring these teller slip. Doesn't hurt me one bit to write in what I just wrote down on my workbook. Okay, and because I am closing out my budget tomorrow and going down the bank and starting a new tracking period, I already have all of my envelopes in my wallet. I just have to label them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this sticky note and I'm just going to place it in my wallet. That way when I go down to the bank for my paycheck, I have it in my wallet. I know exactly what bill denominations I need to pull out for my cash spending. And that is my full money morning routine.